Hey everybody, and welcome to Holotapes Weekly. I am your host, Jordan, and I am joined today by my co-host, Jordan.
Hey guys.
As well as show regular, apparently now, Caedo.
Hello.
Apparently that was kind of offensive.
Apparently, not like in a mean way, but you know.
He's just around all the time.
It's okay. He's a friend of the show. There we go. Much better introduction. How are you all today?
I have a headache.
Oh, I don't have a headache?
I'm fucking pissed, but you know, whatever.
Okay, so we had this conversation before the podcast started about how Jordan is super pissed because her phone is broken. And now the only thing I can think of now that the podcast has started is, Jordan, do you think you're going to have a cell phone in the wasteland? No, I didn't think so.
No, I'd have a fucking Pip-Boy. Who gives a shit? I don't care. Oh my god.
Can you call people from the Pip-Boy?
I could hypothetically put out a radio signal.
Yeah, sure. Actually, here's the thing, is that it's never, even though... Okay, so the Sierra Madre is the only time that they make mention that there's a microphone in the Pip-Boy, which I think is weird.
Huh.
You would think that you would use it a little bit
creepy.
more often. You would think that you would use it a little bit more often if there was a microphone in all Pip-Boys.
I mean, but who do you have to talk to that also has a Pip-Boy?
It wouldn't have to be anyone. You could just, like, talk to people in general.
Yeah, that's true.
You could, like, NCR radio it in.
Yeah. That would also save a lot of problems with all of the ham radios breaking.
Yeah. Anyways.
Anyway, off on that little digression there. So, this week's Daily Dollar, as many of you have heard, there was an earthquake in Nepal this past week, and so I want you all to go out and give money or your time or raise awareness for earthquake relief in Nepal.
Sounds
and
good.
I think that's fair.
Sounds good. Other than the fact that we called it a Daily Dollar.
Did I? Every single fucking time. I swear to God.
Oh, man. Yeah, I mean...
you could do it daily. That would be great, but...
You could. Just find a way to give. But Nepal is definitely scary because you see, like, I don't know if you guys have watched the videos, but, like, the whole ground just looks like a fucking wave, and it's scary as fuck.
Yeah.
Earthquakes suck. Most natural
Earthquakes are really scary.
Yeah. Speaking of earthquakes, and completely off topic, but make sure that you give to Nepal anybody that you think is doing the best, and that's your weekly dollar. But anyways, the thing that I wanted to get off topic about was, did you see that there are earthquakes happening off of the coast of Oregon right now too?
There was just a huge earthquake in Michigan. Well, not a huge, but huge for Michigan, right? I think it was only like a 4.0.
Yeah, I think it was something low, but
nowhere near.
No, there was another one off the coast of Oregon, and it's like apparently it looks like there might be a landmass that'll be coming out of the water soon in Oregon if it keeps on going.
That's awesome.
Like
yeah,
off the coast or
off the coast of Oregon, not like in the middle of Oregon. It's
we'll have.
So wait, I'm sorry, we're really off topic, but
it'll be like an island or something. But anyways, there was earthquakes and shit, and earthquakes all over the world. Anyways,
Yeah.
Give to Nepal.
Give to Nepal. Hopefully, we don't have any more devastating earthquakes.
Free to bet whenever you purchase one Nepal.
You can't see me right now. No one can see me right now, but I just did that thing where you look at the camera like you're in the office.
Oh, come on, that was a great joke.
Needs work.
You know what, Caedo? Your face needs work.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome.
We get you to come over faster. We hang out.
What? Wait, what? What? I'm confused now.
Okay, anyway, moving on. So, I guess we'll start with fan questions. Yeah?
Are we
Sound
talking
good?
like Dyson fans or like handheld fans?
We're going to talk about the fan that I'm going to use to chop your head off. Do not test me today, I swear.
See, this is why sometimes I like making Jordan host, because that means I get to be the one that just fucks around.
It means that, so those of you who are fans of me and just enjoy listening to my voice, all one of you,
Give yourself a little more credit than that.
you're welcome.
There's at least 1.5.
Well, I can confirm for a fact that there is one person who listens to this podcast just to hear my voice. But that's about it.
I can confirm that there is one dwarf that watches this just to hear your voice.
One dwarf?
Yeah, one dwarf. Tyrion Lannister, actually. No? Game of Thrones?
I don't watch Game of Thrones.
Oh, well, I just feel awkward now.
I don't have HBO.
I feel awkward now. Can we move on now?
No. We're just going to make Jordan sit in it. But I know who you're talking about, so I guess that's not a problem.
Peter
All right,
Dinklage.
so Make a D Brick on YouTube asks, has there ever been a moment where the radio music fit perfectly with the game? Mine was going to Super Mart with a combat shotgun, and Mighty Mighty Man was playing as I tore raiders to pieces.
I'm a mighty, mighty man. I'm young and I'm in my prime. Yeah! I'll probably have to lower the audio. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna sum it up with, I like ironic things, and so when super cheery things are playing while I'm exploring the Dunwich building, makes me super happy. So, alternatively, when I'm underground and the Let's Go Sunning song plays.
Let's go sunning. It's a good. Okay. Caedo, what about you?
I'd say that this applies to all Fallouts, right?
Yeah, all Fallouts.
Okay, so I really enjoy the driving theme in Fallout 2.
It definitely really fits.
Yeah.
It's just sort of a chugga along kind of song.
But you can't really do anything else while that's happening. You can select a place and then drive to it.
Yeah, but still, I mean, it's entertaining. It's entertaining. That's what makes the difference.
Yeah.
My answer is better than both of yours. It's Johnny Guitar at any time that it's played, because that's the best song in all the games. It fits anytime, anywhere.
Boo.
Boo on you.
Lame answer.
Your answer's lame. The other one is whenever I'm playing Point Lookout and Civilization comes on, he says, I don't want to leave the jungle, and it's like, I don't want to leave the swamps.
I do.
Why? They're so much fun. Such easy enemies, and like, you know, they always give such good loot, and such... I mean, I don't know if you can tell I'm being sarcastic.
Play the same.
I mean, I have been to, like,
I don't know if you guys are...
Appalachia before, so it's not that different for me.
For those of you non-Americans, play Point Lookout, and you'll know exactly what it's like to live in, like, the Bible Belt region of the Appalachian Mountains. There you go.
Exactly. That's exactly what it's like. I have relatives out there.
Oh, my goodness.
My sister's going to listen to this and then tell my parents that I was talking about, you know, their sibling.
Do they speak Creole as well?
They speak Creole. That's a little bit further
No, they speak
south.
hillbilly.
That's a little bit further south, Caedo.
That's kind of what it felt like, though, wandering through Point Lookout.
It did. It felt more bayou than Appalachian.
Yeah. I think it had something to do with, like, the way the swamps were set up.
Yeah.
They just looked far more bayou than they did.
Well, just the swamp folk in general.
Well, even though it says swamp folk,
No, the swamp folk looked like they were from Appalachia.
Yeah, they looked Appalachian. I don't know. The swamp folk didn't get... I don't know. I hear what you're saying, but I don't agree.
They just gotta go, here, piggy, 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 and it's done. Perfect. Nailed it. Alright, so anyway, John Ricci at Ricci Boy on Twitter asks, Holotapes, how did you play the Fallout games when your first go-around? Bad, good, neutral,
Always
hashtags.
good. Always good.
I am always
Horrible.
You played horrible the first time you played?
My first game was Fallout 2.
Oh, okay. But like, okay, let's say that he's talking about Fallout 3 and
good.
Fallout
Yeah, he has it tagged
Those are
hashtag Fallout 3, hashtag Fallout New Vegas, so I'm gonna assume that those are the ones he's talking about.
Oh, well, that's exclusionary.
What? Just because you're... Listen, Caedo, just because you're a big fan of the first two doesn't mean that you have to exclude the other two.
Nice turnaround. So I played Fallout 3 relatively well. I trash talked it a lot after beating it the first time.
Yeah. But did you play...
What happened to Harold? Man,
Harold got...
this is a bunch of jerks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Harold is fucked up. Harold just
I was
gets
sad.
fucked up. Yeah, I think everybody's kind of sad. Sad.
And the not boss fight. That was also kind of lame.
I mean, sort of. I don't know. It's not that bad. I think Broken Steel helped a lot
Oh yeah.
with
Yeah.
Fallout 3.
By
Yeah,
far.
definitely.
But it should have been an actual fight instead of just like, Yeah,
I agree.
Enclave, laser pistol. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Magic. That's what I was going to say. In Fallout 1 and 2, I always played the bad guy for some reason the first time I played through. All right, so here's a question. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say it's fun to be a jerk in
Yeah,
the original ones.
it is.
It's fun to be a jerk, but I always feel so bad.
Yeah. Oh, here's what I want to say though is that for me personally, in the isometric view, doesn't do as much for me with connecting to the characters. Being able to Yeah, being able to see their faces a little bit more clearly and like seeing their lives a little bit more clearly definitely made it so you can connect better to them, which made it a lot easier for me to be the good guy in the newer games and easier for me to be the bad guy in the older ones.
Yeah, because you're experiencing most of it from a first person's perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not an all-powerful god commanding some pawn.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shift.
Hmm.
That was for me too.
Meh.
That's your response. 5 seconds of silence followed by meh. That's good.
I mean,
good, Jordan.
look, I talk a lot of shit for a girl who's 5'2".
5 foot flat.
I'm not 5 foot flat, Jordan. I swear to God.
Okay.
I'm 160 centimeters. Thank you. And I try and act like a badass, but like I can't. I'm a wimp.
Yeah, it's hard to be the good guy.
So anyway, next question. So, do you guys play? Or Gets the 117 on YouTube asks, do you guys play it with any mods? If so, which ones? And I think we've talked about this a little bit before.
We've talked about this a lot before. We've gotten into the really conversations where
that's
everybody
true.
gets mad at me.
Yeah, Jordan doesn't play with any mods, and obviously I'm referring to him and not me.
I play without mods. I play on consoles, and people hate me for it for some reason. Like I have it on the PC, and like I'll play on the PC, but I just prefer to play without mods. Like that's just how I like to play. Like I totally see like doing a couple of playthroughs with some mods, but like the most of the time I just want to play without the mods. I enjoy the story. I'm not there for like the extra stuff.
Yeah, I mean for the most part, the only time I use mods are like aesthetic mods.
Shaders, shit.
Yeah, but not enough to crash my computer. So.
Yeah. So I don't know if I've shared the ones I use.
No, let's hear them.
For 3, they're pretty short lists. For Fallout 3, it's dynamic weather, the Groovatron, obviously, and RH iron sights, and the unofficial patch, and shell rain.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody uses the unofficial patch. I feel like that's just a regular one.
Like for 3, I have mine patched. I have mine patched with the unofficial patch, and then I also have it patched like modded so that it uses the Austrian version.
Oh, so you can have the.
So I can have violence.
Yeah, because in the German version they took out a fuck ton of violence.
Most of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no blood. It's lame.
So you can't. You can't maim anybody either.
Yeah.
Right?
Limbs don't fall off. That's basically it.
It just looks really weird. It's
just like in Japan, they have it censored so that way Fat Man and Little Boy stuff is all like, I think they call it the Nuka launcher or something like that.
Yeah. Also, you can't blow up the bomb in Megaton.
Yeah, I remember that.
Not that I do, because that's a dick move.
Yeah, do you run any on New Vegas?
Yeah,
mods?
we'll run to New Vegas.
On New Vegas, shaders mods still. There was one that I really enjoyed. The improved interiors mods. Those ones are good.
I always wanted to try that one.
Adds a lot of weird stuff, but it makes for a lot of exploration.
I actually have less on New Vegas than I did on 3.
What do you have on New Vegas?
New Vegas Strip Open, which.
Oh my gosh, that one's so nice. No more loading.
That's what it says. It opens up the strip. It takes the fence dividers out, so it's just one nice long strip to walk down.
Still don't understand why they did that.
It was for the sake of consoles.
Yeah, still.
Let's see. Free cam. I think I was testing out the free camera toggle button. That's kind of nice. And then the Pip-Boy 2500.
What's that one?
It's the handheld. Looks like the classic one.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about.
That's pretty much it for New Vegas.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of modding New Vegas. I think they did a well enough job with New Vegas that I don't have to mod it so much.
Yeah.
I like to use Eve, like when I feel like torturing my computer.
Yeah.
For either one, because all kinds of energy weapon and explosive effects are nice.
Yeah, it's one of those things like if you really want to kill your computer, you turn on Eve and Nevada Skies and some of those.
Any E and B.
Yeah, all the big graphical pretty mods.
I got kind of jealous because my roommate started. We did a lot of troubleshooting, almost involved a gun.
Interesting.
To get the ENB to work on his Fallout 3 game, and it looks fan-friggin-tastic. So if your computers are able to handle it, I highly recommend going through the trouble to get it to run.
But if you're looking for really good mod recommendations, I definitely suggest going onto the Fallout subreddit. And in the sidebar, there are should be something there about it. Cyrus from the Fallout subreddit has done a really good job of moving all the mods into one place. You can see them.
Yeah, you can find the top ones in Nexus as well, pretty easy.
Yeah.
Oh, and the big one that we didn't mention at all, I don't know why, Tale of Two Wastelands.
Ah, yes.
Oh yeah, I like Tale of Two Wastelands.
I think it's okay. I think it's weird to have some things, if that makes sense. Like,
I can't really use it on mine
why?
because well, it doesn't work. It isn't compatible with the German version,
Oh, well, that sucks.
especially since I play New Vegas in English. And
See, this is the problem with yours, is that you have it patched to the Austrian version, you own the German version, and you play it in English.
yeah, well, okay, so what the way that censoring works, we're gonna go off topic a little bit, and I'm gonna explain this. So the way that censoring works is before like 2010, 2011, all German games had to be censored so that there was no like gore.
Yeah.
But after 2011, they were like, why do we have, an NC-7, what are they called? I can't remember whether you have to be 17 to buy the game. What's the point of having that if we're still going to censor it so much? So they got rid of the censoring thing. And at that point, they were able to use the international versions. And so, like, with New Vegas, I have the international version that's from Steam. But with 3, I have the German version that's patched to Austria from Steam.
Ah,
So,
Very confusing all around.
not compatible.
yeah,
take
it's just, it doesn't work.
Before we move on to our main topic today, I did want to mention something. Hey, Geth117, whatever happened to that cool podcast that you were going to try and make? I want to see more of it. You guys made like 1 episode, so let me hear it. Say wayo, wayo. Anyways, just wanted to mention that. If you guys actually enjoyed doing that, don't stop just because nobody watched,
Yeah, I mean, it takes a while to get started, so.
Yep, I think we all feel that, so.
That applies to anything.
I don't know if that applies to everything.
No, I think it applies to most things.
All the things.
All the things? All the things all the time?
Practice makes perfect, so just keep making videos. That's our advice. Even when no one's watching them.
This makes perfect. Practice makes perfect sense. What?
Also, punch your co-host in the face.
I'm apparently really pissing you off today. What am I doing,
I'm a
Jordan?
little volatile today, I think. It's because I stopped sleeping.
Maybe.
Listen, kids, don't stop sleeping.
Listen, kids, don't do meth. That's Jordan's problem.
Yeah, okay.
All right, let's move on.
Whatever. Moving on to the main topic for this week, we're going to talk about the vaults. And I don't really know how to segue into that, but vaults.
Vaults. Okay. Do you want me to? I can do the thing.
Yes, Caedo, explain.
Most of us know what vaults are. Most of you listeners do. A vault is a type of subterranean installation initially designed by the Vault-Tec Corporation, later constructed in collaboration with Robco Industries. Officially, they were designed for the sole purpose of sheltering up to 1,000 individuals in the event of a nuclear holocaust. However, in reality, they were part of a series of secret experiments orchestrated by the United States government. Oh, that was nice. That was from the wiki, by the way.
Shout out to the wiki writers.
Shout out.
Yeah.
You're like a guest on this show every week without even realizing it.
Actually, no.
So
if you go on the Wikipedia, they actually do have a really good community over there. But what were you going to say, Caedo?
I was going to say our point of reference could be this wiki page because it's got all the vault numbers on it. So
it does. So first off, there's a couple of differences. Like, okay, so first off, we know that the vault experiments happened, right?
What?
Yeah. Oh, you didn't know that, Jordan? Sorry.
No, you just totally ruined the game. Damn it.
So first off, I want to say that you have to be very, very careful when it comes to vaults because there was a whole lot of information that was supposed to be added in Van Buren that never came to light, and some people still like to say that that's canon, but it's definitely not. Sorry.
But some of it was also adopted for use in New Vegas.
Yeah, but
yeah.
Then it's in New Vegas, and it's not in Van Buren, isn't it, Caedo?
Nope. Yep. Nope.
No. Yep. Yes. No.
Indeed.
Indubitable.
Sure.
So where to start?
First off, I want to ask, why do the East Coast vaults and the Mojave vaults have a different door mechanism.
Ooh, that's a good question.
I think I can come up with an explanation for it.
Why?
Because originally it was just Vault-Tec working on it, and then Robco started helping.
Did Robco work? Did they
Also,
actually?
most of the East Coast vaults are like later numbers, and so
Yes.
the earlier vaults probably were different.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. I was thinking that the Mojave, like most of the West Coast vaults were probably built first because I think Vault-Tec headquarters is on the East Coast. So why would they
No.
start building on the West Coast?
No,
Is it
that's
not?
not true. Vault-Tec regional headquarters is in D.C.,
Oh, okay, that's what I'm thinking of.
but Vault-Tec
As a whole,
as a whole is not based out on the East Coast.
is it? So it's probably in California then, where everything is apparently
Probably.
in the U.S. and in the
One
Fallout
second.
universe apparently.
The national headquarters was in very close to the Los Angeles Vault.
Okay.
Yep.
So, bam, there you go. Problem
So
solved.
so basically, just the ones on the East Coast were built later, so they had a different design.
Right.
It's kind of a boring explanation.
It's not an exciting explanation, but it makes sense. It's like an actual logical explanation versus
10 times more radiation proof.
Yeah,
Or
probably.
these ones open from the outside too. You know.
Yeah, I'm
Mm.
making myself sad. Vault 12 had the Overseer's room sealed due to the fact that the door to the vault was doomed to never close. What vault was that? Vault 12.
Necropolis.
Yeah, it was in Bakersfield, California, and it became Necropolis because that was the one that basically I can't remember, but I think there was a reference where they said something like 30% of all the ghouls in the wasteland came out of that vault. Something like that.
Damn.
I don't remember where that stat came from, but I remember that there was just a huge population of ghouls across the U.S. that came specifically from that vault.
I feel like that's slightly unrealistic.
Yeah? Why?
I mean, from what I gather, there's a hell of a lot of
Ghouls on the East Coast?
ghouls everywhere. Yeah, no, you know what? There's more on the East Coast than there is on the West Coast, I think.
Really? Do you really think so? Necropolis is an entire city of ghouls.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know.
Underworld is a tiny little,
Yeah,
not even a town. It's a couple of.
but I'm talking about even like feral ghouls.
Okay, that's a good point. I wasn't thinking feral ghouls.
I wasn't either.
Magic.
Bam.
Yeah.
Fooling you.
Well, you had Gecko as well. The city ghouls
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
after Necropolis and the Glow.
Yeah. Okay, so question: is Vault Zero canon or non-canon?
I think it's
I'd say
considered semi-canon.
Yeah, I think it's non-canon because it's Brotherhood of Steel, or was that Tactics?
it's-
One of the Tactics, yeah.
The unmarked one, the prototype is Brotherhood of Steel.
No, that's what I'm thinking of. But the Vault Zero was the one with all the top leaders, no, Vault Zero was the motherfucker.
It was the brains vault.
Yes,
I guess.
the one who controlled all. The one who.
That's-
Maintained geniuses of the pre-war United States in cryogenic stasis.
Yes, that one. That was also the one that collected all the data from the other vaults, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Something.
I'd like
Probably.
to say yes. It's been a long time since I've gone through that one.
Are you sure though? Are you sure?
I remember blowing it up.
All right. So, what is your guys' favorite of the vaults?
One I don't have to go into.
Anyone you don't. Okay.
Honestly, the vaults scare the shit out of me.
I mean, I don't blame you for that. I understand it.
And this is vaults that
realistically, it's probably like, I don't know, 22.
these are these vaults in existence or all on the list?
Just in in real canon vaults only. Canon vaults only.
Dang it.
Why? Were you gonna say the
A
one
lot,
with
well, a lot of the fun ones are non-canon, or are
Yeah.
just from the Fallout Bible.
20 men, or what was it? 10 men, 10 women, and 1 panther.
20 men, 10 women, 1 panther. Yeah. Or the
Like
vault.
I said, that vault would be dead because of the genetic issues, not because of anything else. Somebody would sacrifice themselves. Panther would kill him. He'd kill the panther. Done and done. And then you wouldn't have enough people to keep up genetic diversity.
Yeah.
I don't think. I'm not a scientist.
Who knows? It depends on how long they stayed in the vault.
I guess. So
I
go ahead.
would say probably Vault 34 is my favorite.
With the boomers?
Boomers.
Where the boomers came from, and then also where the severe radiation issue for
Yeah, where
the
they
NCR was
yeah.
coming from.
Where they were trapped, where you either had to divert water to the NCR, or you had to divert water so that way the people could get out. I didn't
Yeah.
realize until just recently that you can actually see those people coming out of the vault.
Really?
Yeah, and you can also see them at the Aerotech park.
Yeah, I didn't know that until way later, like
Oh,
probably
well, now I
last
feel
year.
like a dick. Well, actually, I hate that quest.
Why?
There's no way that I cannot feel guilty about it.
I can understand that one is a little stressful.
Well, because it's like you have to either kill a few people very directly, or you kill a lot of people indirectly.
Well, just traversing that vault, like there's several scripts to have ghouls just appear right in front of you,
Yeah, that too.
like as they're turning a corner or something. So, I mean, I like it, but at the same time, it's sometimes irritating because I've been playing through it on very hard for the first time and see another freaking glowing one, and I'm like, dang it, come on. You can't
I'm
sneak
really
past
into
them.
21, considering, not so
Well,
much
that
the
was-
fact that house, filled it with concrete, obviously, but like the concept of it.
The concept makes sense to me, especially when you're using a whole bunch of people who are already gambling addicts.
Right.
And you can
Sweet.
get a snow globe there.
Stay in a
Can you gamble?
hotel.
No, you can't gamble there.
Nobody attacks you. It's safe.
More or less.
Unless you're an idiot and attack people. Just kill Sarah.
Bang Sarah, that's the correct answer.
No, Jordan.
That is the correct
Can
answer.
you bang Sarah?
Yeah,
Yes.
you can. You bring her enough vault suits, and she's like, you can like flirt with her and be like, "Let me see what's underneath your vault suit, baby."
Well, maybe now I'm gonna go find some more vault suits. Uh,
Didn't know she was that easy. Dang. No,
Um,
if you do that, she unlocks a room where you can get the snow globe.
oh, so you don't have to break in like I do?
Yeah.
Hey, I've got a question. So, completely off topic. Well, I mean, it's still Fallout, but it's off topic from the vaults. The letters from the strip. Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. What are those for? How many of them are there? I've only been able to find like.
That's a good question.
Um,
I think there's quite a few, but I don't ever find
They're
them.
probably just like those Forlorn Hope letters. They're just extra board details on unnamed people.
Yeah.
Mm,
There are apparently 11 of them.
I see that now. I'm looking at the wiki page too.
Can I piggyback off the previous week's topic and just be like, can we have books? Let's just have books.
Please, we need books. We need books so bad.
Give me books. Even if they're like boring pre-war shit, I will probably read them.
I will too. Even if it's just like real life books, even if it's just like Moby Dick, I'll read it.
I'm telling you, it's just several thousand
So
copies of
if
50
it's full of
Shades of Grey.
sedition, is that
uh,
if it's full of communist propaganda?
I'd still read it. Let's put the lusty Argonian.
Yeah, that sounds like a great Easter egg. Just put the lusty Argonian.
Put the
We'll be fine.
put the lusty Robotican maid in there. That
Yeah,
did
they gotta have something like that.
Tales of Fisto.
There you go.
Fist.
Or Beatrix,
Oh man.
So
The-
fucked
the
up.
dog.
Alright.
cowboy.
No. We're gonna talk about this for a second, Jordan. How the fuck does anyone screw a ghoul?
I don't know. There are some people into some
Carefully?
kinky shit.
Okay, here's the thing. So they say that, okay, let me clarify.
How explicit should we get?
Ghouls do not have holes in them. Like, their skin is not falling off. It just sort
But
of,
it is.
but it's not. Like, we've never seen a ghoul that just, like its flesh just falls off. At least no.
Well, that's how they become a ghoul.
Sentient.
So
No. Their skin is diseased, but it's not falling off. Does that make sense?
it's just more squishy.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Their skin is, like, I feel like if I poked a ghoul, it's not going to rip. It's not like it's a true zombie where it's just like its skin is just dead. Like, it's still alive skin. It's just diseased skin. So,
Well, irradiated.
yeah, irradiated. But here's the thing. My thing is that if Beatrix is a female ghoul, then maybe she just has a little bit more sag than a human woman.
Maybe.
Oh, man. Okay,
Please kill me.
I'm not saying we should take a journey of discovery to find out.
I'm just saying. It's an interesting question.
Not one that I would like to ponder a lot.
Why don't we leave that open to the comments? We Could just do that.
Hold up. Actually, you know what? Let's go back. So the real question is, what about a guy zombie? Not a zombie. A guy ghoul.
Would he even be able to get hard?
That's the real question, isn't it?
I mean, I don't think that's the real question, but okay. Here's my thing. If Edward Cullen can have a hard on, I'm sure Ghoul can. I don't know why I made that connection.
Did you know that according to Stephanie Meyer, vampires don't have any blood in them anymore, and then it's all just like, I don't
Venom.
know.
It's
Venom?
supposed to be. Yeah, that's what they say. It's venom.
Right? Which implies that
Instead of his dick filling with blood, it filled with venom.
that's fucked up.
That'd be scary.
Okay, we're not talking about Twilight anymore.
We're not going to talk about this anymore. Let's just move on. We're done.
Oh man. But yeah, I have no idea if ghouls can get hard. If guy ghouls can get hard. I mean, I would think so. But anyways,
Or maybe they would be saggy. We don't know.
I mean, are we talking pendulums here, or?
Oh my god. All right,
You'd be like-
anyway, so moving on from this digression about ghouls, dicks, and shit. So,
Windmill. Enjoy that mental image.
Meatspin.com, hosted by ghouls.
oh my god, stop.
Back on topic to the vaults, but so can we consider the vaults from the Fallout Bible canon?
I wish.
Some of them were used. Like
Some of them are used, and the wiki lists a lot of the Fallout Bible ones as being real, but even without any other. Yeah.
Well, it also lists the Penny Arcade ones as being proper vaults.
See, but I don't know if the Penny Arcade ones are either.
I don't
Like,
know,
we
is
get-
Penny
well,
Arcade
Vault 77
considered-
is referenced in 3.
That's true. Yeah, fuck
even got
that.
its own
Of all of the
holotape.
vaults that they could reference in 3, that one.
Yeah.
Okay, but what about Vault 29, which there's so much fighting over if it's real or not. So first off, we have this implication that Harold came from this vault. It was the vault where no one over the age of 15 entered, so everybody was basically a preteen or younger.
Yeah.
And it's mentioned both in the Van Buren scripts and in the Fallout Bible. So it's really hard to like make the distinction there, because a lot of times people say, oh yeah, it's canon, and like even the wiki says it's canon, but it comes from 2 sources that are listed as non-canon. So that doesn't really make any sense, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
don't know.
I'm not sure.
You guys are helpful.
I mean,
I just know
like,
Harold's
okay,
awesome.
But like, I'm not in a position to argue what is and what is not canon, as I don't have any authority to make it canon.
Harold is awesome, Caedo.
The fourth person should have been Chris Avalone today.
Yeah. Look, if I had the ability to say this is canon and this is not canon, fucking, I don't know, Rapture would be at vault number 2,300, and it would be based on Anne Rind. Anyway, let's go. So, yeah, I don't think Vault 29 is canon.
I would like to see Vault 27 pulled off in a future Fallout, if possible. But
yeah, so Vault 27 is the vault that would be deliberately overcrowded. Over 2,000 people would be assigned to enter, which normally you're only supposed to have 1,000 in any vault.
yeah, I would want to see how that would crumble.
I agree. Here's the thing: is I really want to see what they're going to do with a lot of the new vaults. Like there's still a lot of vaults that are not mentioned whatsoever. Vault 20, Vault 25, Vault 26, going all the way down. There's just tons of them. So I really want to see like what are some of the other ideas that the developers can come up with that.
Right. And
aren't
the
even
reason
mentioned.
for that too is it was left open for interpretation, like for anybody.
Yeah, and I think that was really smart of them to do. So, it's one of those things I really want to see what kind of monstrosities they can create.
Yeah.
Make it a vault where you have to do nothing but listen to the Holotapes Weekly and Caedo's channel.
That's the Vault 56, where all entertainment tapes are removed except those of one particularly bad comic actor.
I mean, but in this case, you get 2 bad actors plus guests. I mean,
Yeah.
that's
There's a slight advantage.
slight advantage, not much. In that
Another
vault,
one was.
go ahead.
Go ahead. You first.
Oh, I was going to say, in that vault, do you think that they'd eventually come to think of him as funny?
No.
I mean,
Imagine if you had to listen to Adam Sandler and just watch Adam Sandler movies. If you had to watch 8 Crazy Nights, that was your only source of entertainment.
I would think that they would memorize the jokes, and anybody who watched them as opposed to people who didn't, everybody would know the jokes by the end. However,
Yeah.
the end came for that vault.
Yeah, I agree. But speaking of
So
Adam
everybody
Sandler,
would
Adam
be would be
Sandler
would have the same vault small talk with each other.
will it just run in circles eventually, I guess.
Yeah.
Everybody would just be saying one thing, and then somebody would make the reference to it, and it'd be weird. It'd be like an entire culture based around one TV show. It just doesn't make sense.
Yep.
Speaking of Adam Sandler, though, he's only made 2 good movies: Meet the Zohan and Happy Gilmore. That's it.
I liked 50 First Dates.
It was cheesy as fuck.
It's supposed
Okay,
to be.
but Jordan, really, I am cheesy as fuck. That's the appropriate level of cheese for me.
That's true. I actually read in an interview, or not interview. I read an article recently that said that Meet the Zohan was actually a completely accurate portrayal of the character that was supposed to be like he was supposed to be portraying.
Wow.
Apparently, the guy was just that kind of guy. Like he was just sort of like a super arrogant, like he had reason to be super arrogant, but like he was still like a super arrogant kind of like douchebag who could get any woman that he wanted and slept around all the time.
Wow.
Back on topic to Fallout, Adam Sandler, everybody.
He's canon in the Fallout universe.
Adam Sandler doesn't exist in the Fallout universe. No.
I have.
Vault 42
Go ahead.
would be awesome to hear about more as well.
I feel that's one of those ones where I feel like evolution would come in handy because eventually people would just start getting better eyes.
Yeah, man, mole people.
Mole
I mean,
people.
They had the slags in Fallout 2, which were an entirely underground
Peoples.
community.
Yeah.
They were at the Ghost Farm. Sorry, spoilers.
Ghost Farm. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things like that, and it's the same thing with like Vault 36, where all the food extruders were designed to produce only a thin, watery gruel. It's things like that, and eventually, like if they've been closed this entire time, let's say that they haven't opened, then 200 years later, there's going to be some evolution happening. Like people are going to get used to shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's going to be adaptation regardless.
Adaptation.
We are versatile people.
I think it would cause a lot of what's the depression they get in the vaults? Whatever.
Cabin
Vault?
fever?
No,
That's not-
there's a specific name. There's a specific name for it.
Vault depressive vault depressive syndrome or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, and then they talk about if you in the Museum of Technology in Fallout 3, when you go through the vault exhibit, they mention that there are special lights that are placed in it, so to make it look and feel like real sunlight, which is absolutely something you would have to do in that kind of a situation.
Oh, they're like vitamin D lamps then.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Something that emulates sunlight.
What I'd really love to see is a vault where you can go through the entirety of it. So there's never been a vault that we've been able to go through the entire thing. We've only been able to see a small part. I would love to get to the point where we can see enough space within the vault where like it's plausible that 1,000 people could live.
Yeah.
Because so far we haven't seen anything
That would be a
like
lot of work on the developer's part.
But it'd be interesting to see, even if it was just like a playable teaser, you know?
Or just
That'd be
like
cool.
procedurally generate something like that. Like that's possible
That'd be-
too.
Oh, dude, can you imagine minigame within the next Fallout? It's just a procedurally generated vault, and you have to play through it RPG style, like the old school Final Fantasies where you had a party.
Man,
Hell yeah. Okay, that sounds great.
that would be pretty intense.
Like it wouldn't have much to it, and it wouldn't take a whole bunch of coding, but like you could waste.
Well, they kind of did that. What was it in Fallout 3 at was it the printing press
printing
or the Hoover's Comics? They had
a
on
text
one of the
game.
terminals.
Yeah, the text game.
Yeah, they had a text game. It was great, and I played it.
I have trouble getting into text games. I guess it's because I'm not quite from that generation. I need the visuals. I'm also just a visual person. Like that's just how I am. But
There was also in Wasteland 2. It's still slightly on topic. They had a terminal you could go to and play Snake. It was called Wasteland Snake, but
nice.
you could just wander into the museum and be like, okay, let's play this game.
Yeah,
And
wasn't it
maybe-
in? I think it was Black Ops 1 or Black Ops 2. You could go on the computer in the background and play Zork.
Yeah,
The
it's-
original text-based game.
Fun stuff.
So thinking about earthquakes,
What?
this is totally on topic of Fallout, I swear. But where we were talking about earthquakes earlier and
Okay.
California, I was thinking, so it's confirmed in canon that somewhere the nukes set off a chain of earthquakes that
Yeah,
created mountains where there were none. Right?
That's a really good question. But was that in the U.S.? Because I don't think it specifies.
I have no idea. But wouldn't it be enough to set off the San Andreas Fault? At which point I would think California would fall into the ocean. But, you know.
Uh,
Maybe depends on the mega tonnage.
Yeah.
yeah, I guess so. I mean, we've seen that in the Fallout universe. Nukes definitely make a big impact. I mean, the player character sets off an explosion, multiple earthquakes in Lonesome Road.
Right.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh man,
Uh,
I played through it. I think 3 or 4 days ago.
Yeah.
Still great.
It's definitely one of the. It's awesome. Let's put it that way. But I mean, when it comes down to it, like we're gonna see some type of earthquakes. Here's a question though: even if the nukes didn't set off an earthquake, wouldn't you think that at least one of the vaults would get destroyed by an earthquake in California, if not somewhere else in the U.S., but more
I
likely
think
Yeah.
so.
I feel like it would be. Yeah,
um,
like I'm sure that they had things like countermeasures in place for keeping vaults intact. For
something like that. I mean, that's one of those things, right? Like we don't know what kind of technology went into the actual like building of the vaults, and so it could be that like the metal on the outside is mostly self-healing,
yeah,
or at least self-stabilizing in some way. Because we've seen holes in the vaults, but like just because like those are large holes, like we've never seen like just a little crack in the walls. So it makes me think that it is probably in some way self-healing in small bits, not in larger bits. It's like, for a human getting
maybe
a cut.
that's why maintenance was so darn important.
Maybe. I mean, they did mention that that's a big issue.
And water chips.
Yeah,
I
I just dropped note cards all over myself.
Good job.
I'm not even sure where they came from.
I would think that there would be far more damage than there is. I mean, we have seen that some vaults that get directly hit head on,
But
but
what was the vault that had the sulfur mines underneath it? That one you would think that there would be some corrosion on the outside, and I guess there was because there was a hole in it that led down into the sulfur mines.
yeah, but not to the point. Look, it's been 200 years, and most of these vaults haven't had good maintenance since they were built, and some of them were probably built pretty shoddily.
Really? Because they don't seem like they were built shoddily, any of them.
Well, they seem like they were purposefully built to be
Purposely-
shoddy in ways.
Some of them, some of the other ones weren't. Like Vault 3 is still completely intact. Vault
That's
101 is
the
still completely intact.
Right?
What?
Which one? Vault 3?
The one that you were talking about, that Vault 19,
Yeah.
Vault 19, yeah, the one with the sulfur underneath it.
the red and blue rooms.
Yeah,
And
which is
powder
an
gangers
interesting
to go.
experiment, which I'm sad that they didn't have more information on that.
There was a lot already.
Yeah,
I mean,
but I still
there's a
wanted
lot on the terminals.
more Caedo, okay? Just don't question it.
Books, right?
Books.
Need some books.
Straight up, Fallout movie, when's it gonna happen?
It's called Mad Max, and it's coming out in June.
Ew,
Is
gross.
I like the Mad
there
Max
gonna be a
movies.
battle?
I think Book of Eli came closer to Fallout universe. Great movie, by the way.
That one's really enjoyable.
If you haven't seen it, it's Mila Kunis and
That's all that matters.
Denzel.
and Denzel Washington.
Also matters. Wow, perfect.
You haven't seen?
I have
Book of
not
Eli?
seen Book of Eli.
Oh,
You
you
need
need
to
to go
see
watch
it.
it.
Right now.
It
Is
also
it on
turned.
Netflix?
Maybe. I don't know. Iron Sky is on Netflix now.
I'm aware. I texted you that yesterday.
I know. That's
The
why I mentioned.
director's cut is on.
That's why I mentioned.
So, if you haven't seen it and missed my joke about moon Nazis last week, go watch it.
Moon Nazis and Sarah Palin.
I have a question about Vault 106.
Okay, what's your question? While we get off topic, what's your question?
The psychoactive drugs vault.
Okay, yeah.
Fuck that vault.
You walk in there, things turn blue. You start seeing multiple copies of James.
And
Tunnel Snakes.
and Butch and the Tunnel Snakes.
But they don't look like them.
Yeah, they do.
Like no, like when you actually look at them, they aren't.
Okay, so Amada and the Tunnel Snakes are. James doesn't matter what you design your character as. So like if you design a black character, James turns black, obviously. But
Right.
in the case of the hallucinations, he uses the default James skin, which uses just like basic hair and basic skin coloring. So then it won't look like your player character, like what James should look like for your player character. But otherwise, he's just like the generic James. But Amada and the Tunnel Snakes all look fine.
Okay.
Yeah. So the psychoactive drugs being released in the air filtration system 10 days after the door was sealed. How long do you guys think people survived?
Well, considering that there's still insane survivors inside.
Yeah, that's the amazing
there's
part because
one.
you start having some pretty severe
wait.
hallucinations.
No, there's a ton of them. There's a ton of them.
Is there? I could.
So there's like 15 of them. Then there's one vault scientist in the very bottom.
Oh, right. Man, it's been a while since I went to that one.
And Jordan, by the way, here's my theory on why you start having such bad hallucinations. My guess is that because you have it was released into the air filtration system 10 days after. There's 1,000 people in the vault. So you have a whole bunch of gas, people are breathing it in, and like air is being circulated, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they all have mild hallucinations. You have really, really bad hallucinations because it is now built up. There's not as many people around to inhale it, so now it's just built up into clouds that are just floating in there, which is why it only happens in certain patches. So basically,
Right.
It's like you're walking into a cloud of these psychotropic drugs.
That's pretty cool.
Would be my guess.
I would wonder if it just for like a lore sense, if it would permanently affect your character over time after going to that vault.
I mean, we could talk real world, and we could say you could use the example. Mushrooms and LSD and PCP don't really affect you long term, so why would this? But I see what you're saying.
I just thought it would be interesting to have like an extra little quirk that came along with your character.
Oh, that would be interesting, like a perk almost.
Well, it'd be kind of like a trait.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Hmm.
I think that would be neat. Being able to acquire traits while you're playing through, rather than just from the beginning.
That would be interesting, but I feel like, I mean, I guess that makes sense. But I hope that they keep the trait system because I actually really enjoyed it. It was a nice little extra, but I hope they add more because it was still there still wasn't a whole lot to add, to choose from, along with perks. I hope there's just a fuck ton of perks.
There is a lot of them if you have all the expansions.
Yeah, but it still only adds up to like 30. I still want more than that.
Oh, jeez.
I'm sure.
Wait, I'm sorry. For what?
For traits.
Oh, yeah.
No, if we're talking about perks, there's like 150, but
there's a ton. There's a ton of perks.
Yeah.
So.
But I still want more.
I like the.
I'm greedy.
Yeah, I like the ability to switch them out too when you finish Old World Blues.
Oh yeah. But you can only do that once, right?
Yep.
Psychoanalysis.
So here's the trick. You start the game with Wild Wasteland, and then once you get all the encounters you need to, including the alien blaster, then you switch, and you can get the unique Gauss rifle too.
That is a very good idea. There was another one that you can use like that.
It doesn't work the other way around. I tried it.
No, but I was going to mention there's another one that's like that. I think it's skilled, one where you get +5 to all skills, but -10% to experience. And if you take that at the very beginning of the game, and then you go and do Old World Blues, and then you take that trait off, you still keep the +5 in all skills, but the -10 experience goes away.
Oh, cool.
As far as I remember, I'm gonna have to look at that again.
I think that's about all we have time for today.
Is it? Is it really, Jordan?
I think we've been recording for about an hour.
All right, that sounds good.
So, all right.
Fine.
Time flies when you're having
Fine.
fun.
If you don't want to stop, we won't. Jeez.
No. Vaults are fun.
Vaults are fun and
see your
terrifying.
vault today.
Give to Nepal. Go watch.
Hang out with Gary.
Yeah. Actually, no. This is what I want you to do. So this is gonna come out on Wednesday. So people, by this point, the Avengers: Age of Ultron has been out for a little while in the U.S. here at least, and other countries I know. So the crowds are gonna be dying down a little bit. So here's what I want you to do. I want you, and whoever does this will get the greatest respect in the world from me. I want you to go and get as many friends as you can, and I want you to get twice as much money as you need in tickets. Give half of that money to charity, and then take the other half, go see the movie, and tell me how it is. Anyone who does that gets my ultimate respect. There we go. That's your
gold star from Caedo.
And a gold star from Caedo.
And we can discuss how great it is because I went and saw it on Friday. So
Well, don't spoil it, bitch.
they all die.
Well, that's not really much of a spoiler. I mean, everybody dies, Jordan. All right. Wrap it up, Jordan.
Okay, that's it. We'll talk to you all. Well, we won't talk to you all. We'll talk at you all, I guess. Remember to like, follow, and subscribe.
Like, follow, and subscribe.
I got out of order there. Like, And subscribe to us on YouTube and follow us on Twitter.
And follow Caedo on Twitter
And follow Caedo on Twitter and like him and subscribe to him because he has really useful...
You don't need to follow me on Twitter.
Yeah, you don't really go on
Follow
Twitter.
him on Twitter and then harass him about never being on Twitter.
And then go and give Jordan B a high five because she's awesome.
You don't have to do that, but...
You should give everyone a high five all the time.
That's a good point, Caedo.
That is a good point.
All right, anyways.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So, say goodbye, everyone.
I don't really feel
Goodbye,
like
Jordan.
Do I have
Bye.
to? Do I have
Say
to?
Jordan.
I don't want to.
Too bad.
Bye.
Do it.